Hello, it's Annalisa Christensen here, and today my good action number 25 is I heard about a intensive pig farm, and I don't know if you know about pigs and how intelligent they are, and how they're more intelligent than a lot of the animals that we think of as pets. For instance, dogs, cats, horses, that sort of thing. Anyway, pigs are very playful. Some people keep them as pets, and they're very playful and loving. And anyway, there's a pig farm in Lincolnshire where they're going to cram in a couple of thousand pigs um, into a small area for the I think they put it in as for fattening up. Um, so it's intensive farming, fattening them up, cramming them into a small area so they can't move, never see the light of day, um, and the planning permission. So I think I saw it through PETA. I looked it up and found it in PETA, PETA, um, which I'll put the link down below if you want to support the petition. And basically, the people of the local area have a lot of worries about it, and have listed a lot of environment worries about it, which of course are, pretty good, pretty high, debate worthy. But for me, it's like, yeah, okay, so these are animals that have rights, and I know a lot of people who eat meat try not to think of what they eat as animals, as living creatures with intelligence and lives before it lands on their plate. But still, if you are going to farm animals, if you're going to keep them with the intent of killing them and putting them on the plate, then they should be looked after, and there's a law that says they should be looked after. It says, in fact, there's a couple of points of such things. I mean, you wouldn't you wouldn't do this to dogs and cats, which is why the Yulin Festival is so disliked and abhorred. Because people see dogs and cats killed, their throats cut and hanging from the rafters, and you know pigs are more intelligent, so they know what's coming. So anyway, whatever you believe about that, um, all animals have the right to live in a certain way, and that certain way is that they should live in a suitable environment. They should have a suitable diet, and they should be able to exhibit normal behaviour, and they should be protected from pain, suffering, injury, and disease. It's that the what do you call it? The Animal Behaviour, the Animal Act, Section 9, Animal Welfare Act, sorry, Section 9, 2016. I should really put that in order. Anyway, these things are listed as something that has to be followed. If a building is going to be created specifically so that it can abuse animals by mistreating them and not allowing them a suitable environment, not allowing them normal behaviours, and expecting or in not caring whether pain, suffering, injury, and disease will come from that, then surely then the building should not be created in the first place. Now, I think a planning officer. I've looked through some of the other comments, and he says that isn't his concern what is done with it. But of course, he is choosing to decide whether or not the building should be made. And obviously, if he's choosing to allow the building to be built, constructed with the intent of housing such animals in such conditions that it breaks the law, then it shouldn't be built in the first place, surely. Otherwise you are therefore in cahoots with the the lawbreakers, because you are allowing it to be built in that way. Anyway, I've written a letter. I've signed the petition. Then I felt strongly enough about it that I went to the council and wrote an objection on that basis. I haven't gone into all the actual environmental things. There's like 320 other comments, so there was no need for me to go into all of the environmental issues. Um, but I wanted to make sure that that was taken into consideration when he makes his decision. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that actually they don't allow this. More free animals would be a lot better. Not eating them is even better, because not only for the sake of the animal, which obviously is top priority for the animal, but also for the environment and any number of other reasons. Just animal farming is so passé, darling. It's really not the done thing. It's not right. It's even if you could put all the suffering aside, which I don't think you can really. I mean, anyone who has any intelligence has to consider um, the suffering of other animals and not allow it. Anyway, good action for the day. And tomorrow, my action for the day will be to go back to the mat weaving for homeless that I started with Rihanna last week. And I intend to finish that mat, so I will see it tied up with the straps, and I will try and take a picture, although I'm not allowed to actually take pictures within the place because that's part of their rules. But I will see if I can be allowed to just take a picture of it, so you can see what it looks like. Anyway, bye for now. See you tomorrow. Bye.